Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost missed what the teacher is saying. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Lu opens the door and enters. I hesitate for a split second at this door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. The entire wall is taken up by blackboards. The high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out to the teacher speak halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see someone is looking at me, a girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hand as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kinda cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. He claps his hands, and so does everyone else, except the one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for the applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai, and after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist that ends the bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. Yeah, it's fine with me. How can I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. Hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hands at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. Giggling, Micha points to the girl next to her. The one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she's been staring at me this whole time. She nods once, nonchalantly, to show that she acknowledges my presence, only barely. She's short, yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between fanatical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you?" Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Nakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just came straight to class today. Learning about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that, I just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but the shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. Alright. Okay, that'll be a lot easier for me. I feel more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she seems like that, just less so, I guess. The assignment is also kind of long. So we should start now if we want to finish it before the end of class. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. Assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of both being difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who's beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs.